How do you create a membership site? In this detailed video guide, I'm going to take you through all the major steps needed in order to create a successful membership or subscription-based website. I'm going to go through all the steps from picking your niche to building your course, building your website, and then even selling and delivering your course and product. With that in mind, let's jump into why you should create a membership website. Some powerful statistics to consider before creating a membership website is that 50% of subscription-based websites make over $50,000 per year, and 40% of those make over $100,000 per year in revenue. Subscription-based businesses also earn on average 4 times more than a single payment business per customer. So you're getting 4x on each customer, and as we know, customer acquisition is one of the most expensive things in all businesses, not just subscription-based businesses. Let's keep going. Recurring businesses are becoming more common due to their high earning potential. The global online education market is growing at a rate of about 9.5% year after year, and around 70% of the large S&P 500 companies said they either had or plan to add a subscription service element to their businesses. Simply put, recurring businesses are becoming more common and more popular due to their high earnings potential and the ease at which it makes it for the customer to pay month over month as opposed to one big lump sum. So what to create your membership website about? What niche should you specifically pick? There are 3 things you should consider when selecting your unique membership site idea. The first thing is your current skills, area of expertise, and area of interest. Which one of these categories are you most capable of providing exceptional service for? What are you already good at? That's one of the main points to consider, and it'll really help you decide on what you should focus on. Secondly is, what have other people told you you are good at or skilled in? Sometimes it's hard for us to know what we're good at, but when other people compliment us on those skills or traits, it might be a little easier to understand and recognize them. And lastly is, what problems do you care most about helping people with? Do you want to help people with financial problems, emotional, spiritual, intellectual? Ultimately, a business's job is to solve a problem and get paid as a result of solving that problem for a client or customer. So keep these 3 points in mind, and they'll help you kind of narrow down what niche you want to focus on. Let's keep going and kind of get some more insight as to what niche or membership topic you should focus on. So here are the top membership website categories based on over 2,000 subscription-based businesses and what topics they focus on. So as we can see, business entrepreneurship is 25%, being the large major category. Then we have education at 19%, health and fitness at 11%, sales and marketing, which is pretty similar to business and entrepreneurship. We can throw that in there. 25 plus 9% comes around to, 34%. And then arts and crafts, religion, music, personal development, other tech, languages, and then it goes so on and so forth from there. But this graph is really useful for understanding, hey, what are the main categories that other businesses focus on? And it'll kind of give you an insight as to, hey, which one of these do my talents or does my interests fall into? So this is a good place to kind of pause and take a look if you want to get a better understanding of this graph. Okay, now that you've done that, let's keep going and see what else we can learn. So how do you build a membership website? There are a few main components you'll have to build when creating a membership site. You'll learn how to create a membership website, the actual physical domain where you type it in the URL and you open it up, your actual website. So you learn how to do that. Secondly is, how do you make the video training course? This is the training content or the information or the video product, the digital product that you'll be selling online. So you have to learn how to do that. Third is, how do you price your membership website? It's really important to price correctly. Of course, we're going to be pricing as a recurring payment, as a subscription payment. Obviously, membership websites naturally kind of fall into the structure of recurring monthly payments, but I'll talk about that more a little bit further on in the video. Fourth is, how do you structure your course? It's really important to know how to organize and structure your course to make it easy for members to follow along, understand, and for your clients to have a good experience with your business. And lastly is, how do you start a members discussion group? As a part of a membership website, having a members discussion group is really important. It allows your members to talk with each other, talk with you, and create sort of a mastermind where everybody shares, learns, and grows together. So it's really important to keep these elements in mind. So how do you make the actual membership website? When it comes to creating a membership website, it will be very similar to creating any website, except you will also have to add a membership management plugin. Most websites have, or most website builders, if you've already built a website, you know, has the ability to create a homepage, a blog page, the main overall setup of your website. But the main thing you have to add with a membership website is the ability for clients to log in and then view exclusive content or content that you have locked, which will usually be video training or any other product that you are selling. So it's important to have a membership management tool along with the website builder. So the three main website builders that you may have heard of already are WordPress, Wix, and Squarespace. These are three very easy to use website builders, and we recommend these as they are some of the most common. They have a lot of support for them. The customer support is very good, and these are ones that we definitely recommend. Overall, WordPress is the best to work with, but any three of these would be fine. Secondly is the membership management tool. A member management tool will connect directly to your website and allow you to create locked pages where only logged in members can view your premium content when it's locked behind a sales page or paywall. So some options for that include ProfitPerMonth Member Management Tool, or PPM Member Management, or Content Locker Pro for WordPress specifically. So these are a few of the options, and we'll talk about this in more detail as we go on. It'll all start to make a lot more sense. Okay, so how do you actually make the video training course content? How do you make the product or the main things that you'll be offering to your clients or customers? So recording video trainings has become a lot simpler than it used to be. Some of the main things you'll need are the following. You'll need a computer powerful enough to handle some light video recording and editing. For Windows, that means a Core i5 to make sure you have enough processing power to speed up video rendering and make running multiple computers at once easier. And in terms of MacBook, most MacBooks will work. The Pro and higher tiers will help out with speed and obviously make it a little bit quicker and easier for you to do the work you need to do. Overall, the video editing and the tech side of things that you need to do to create a successful membership site is not that advanced, and most laptops will be able to handle the programs that you'll need to use. So let's keep going from here. Video training continues. So the main thing you want is a good microphone. Nobody wants to listen to hours of training with a bad quality mic. We've all made that mistake. When we first had our membership site, we had a bad quality mic, and it was one of the main things people complained about is, hey, I can't hear you, it sounds awful. The main thing we recommend is get a good quality mic. Don't be afraid to invest in a microphone that's gonna sound good, and it's going to be, quality, and it's going to be reliable. So the Blue microphones, that's the brand. You can find them on Amazon. They're one of the best ones. They have a few different options. You can just go on Amazon and look for those. Secondly is getting a good camera. If you're recording yourself on camera, performing some sort of training, for example, in a fitness business or some kind of art business, you want to provide examples of you actually doing the training or providing examples. In these situations, if you already have an external microphone that you're recording with, a newer smartphone or any new smartphone, either Android or iPhone, will have plenty good enough video quality for you to record on your phone to start off with. And then if you do want to create more high quality stuff, a DSLR or really dedicated recording camera will also be good. But to start off with, just make sure you have a better microphone, and the video quality from a phone should be plenty. One of the video editing softwares we recommend, this is kind of where you'll upload all of the footage you've taken, whether the sound, the audio, everything gets uploaded into Camtasia, and this is how you edit your videos. We recommend using a video editing software that you are familiar with if you already have used them. A lot of different softwares are out there, and you kind of learn the ones you like or more or less. But Camtasia is a really good, simple offer. It allows you to do a lot of editing. It's very easy to understand, to track, to edit with. It's one of the most user-friendly ones, and it has a 30-day free trial. It is a $249 one-time payment or $49 a year. So really good option. Highly recommend Camtasia. A second option is Adobe Premiere Rush. This is an easy recommendation that provides a simple and easy to use recorder and video editing tool, but this is only a monthly option, which is a flat $10 a month, but also very easy and commonly used for video editing. Now, moving into the next step, how do you price your membership website? Pricing your membership website is really important so you can maximize your income. What your goal should ultimately be is to find the magical price point where your member retention is steady, which means the amount of members you have on remaining each month stays about the same. You know how many people will leave on average every month, excuse me, and you know how many people will join on average every month. Let's say you have, 100 total members, you lose about 5 every month, but you can add about 15 or 20 every month, and you're gaining 10 to 15 month over month in additional members. So the additional members, along with the retention, should outpace the percentage of drop-offs. And once you hit that point where you're building a little bit every month and you're having less drop-offs than new people signing up, this is really the magic of a subscription-based business and allows you to grow your income while also still retaining a solid stream of income from the past month's clients. So really powerful to understand. Let's go ahead and dive in a little deeper with pricing. So this is an industry analysis of what other subscription businesses are pricing their business. So when it comes to business to consumer or B2C, most businesses that we'll be focusing on most likely are B2C, which means that 43% of memberships charge $25 to $49 per month, 22.78% of memberships charge $15 to $24, and then 21% charge $1 to $14. So it's varied across the board, but as you can see, the majority of B2C or business to customer charge under $49, under $50 a month. And then B2B, 44.64% charge $25 to $49, and then 23.32% charge $50 to $99. So this is also a good place to kind of pause and take a look at the data to get a better understanding of the whole subscription industry as a whole, and it will give you some insight as to how you should price your offer. With that in mind, let's keep going. Figuring out your personal price point. So from those main points in the industry overview, you have to consider, what are you providing? What value are you giving to your client? What is your offer worth, and how big or difficult of a problem does it solve? Secondly is go ahead and look at competitor comparisons. So look at your competitors. What are they pricing? Are there other companies doing similar things that you want to do, and kind of what is their pricing? Get to know and understand what they're charging their clients, and what other competitors are pricing across the field. So you may want to be a higher priced market, or you want to be coming on the lower end and get more clients. So keep that in mind. Third is audience testing. Consider how much money your specific audience or niche has and is willing to spend. So what that really means is, are you targeting a demographic that's younger, that's maybe just out of college, that maybe doesn't have as much money to dedicate to a specific training? Or are you targeting an older demographic where they're really interested and they'd be willing to spend a lot more? So it's really important to understand your audience, and even that industry analysis I showed you previously, that doesn't necessarily mean you can't charge more than $49 for a B2C business. You can charge a lot more based on what you're offering, specifically if you're doing a lot of one-on-one as well. So your market positioning, what this means is, do you want to compete as an exclusive top-tier option, or do you want to be a lower price point or an entry price point where you'll get more clients? That's a little bit of a marketing position decision, and that's really up to you how you want to do that. And that can change over time as well. And lastly, of course, is consider your income goals. How much money do you want to earn from this business, or what is the income level that is necessary for you to even go ahead and pursue this business? So let's say your goal is to make $5,000 a month. You can charge 400 people $5 a month, and that comes out to I think that should be 5,000. I'm sorry for the math mistake there. And then alternatively, you can charge $20 and only need 100 members, and that would be for 2,000. I'm sorry, not 5,000. So there's different ways to approach it. 400 members at $5 a month equals 2,000, or 20 members, or $20 for 100 members. So there's different ways to approach it, and each one serves its own purpose, and you'll kind of get a better understanding of what you want to charge as you learn your audience and you get some feedback from the clients you're working with. Okay, so the next major step is, how do you structure your course? When it comes down to breaking your content into sections, it will vary, of course, depending on what the niche, what you're teaching. It may lead to a different organizational structure entirely, but this is a good general framework that we have used and has been fairly consistent. So first of all, your first module, you want it to be an introduction to the course, an introduction to your business, along with the course name. Let people know, hey, welcome, thank you for joining my membership. this is what we're talking about, this is the goals here, this is what we want to do for you, and this is the name. And then from that, you'll have lessons. The first main lesson or the first main topic. Make sure to include really valuable information, of course, but have your first lesson be an overall topic and then have as many subtopics as you need, including a video training and maybe a little bit of a description underneath the video, or you can also have an entire blog section underneath that as well. And then lesson 2, lesson 3, but this is a very simple overall organization where you have lessons, and then underneath those lessons, you'll have topics with the specific video trainings on those topics. So how do you build the course content exactly? So how would you create the video, or how would you create the content that you have in your presentation? So we recommend using PowerPoint to create your presentations on your topic. Microsoft Intelligence Services, or it's included with PowerPoint, will also recommend a lot of cool design options for you to choose from after entering an image and text on the slide. As you can see in this image, I just had some text and a little image, and then it gave me a few options on how I wanted to design it. And it's very easy for building nice, appealing content that you can use for video recording. And then after you've built the PowerPoint, you can record the screen with you narrating the PowerPoint presentation and educating your members on the video software I mentioned earlier, on Camtasia and on Adobe Premiere Rush. So just as I'm doing now, I'm using a PowerPoint and I'm talking over it to give you the information. These are the exact same tools that we recommend other people to use for their subscription-based businesses, and it's one of the easiest and most efficient ways to do that. The next thing is, where do you have your members group chat? It's important to consider that in a membership business, the group chat is going to be usually a separate place. It's not going to be on your website. It's not going to be directly on your site, but it's going to be somewhere that's more immediate. It's going to be either Slack, Discord, a private Facebook group. You can even have a Google Hangouts or some sort of place where you can communicate with your group. So Slack is a very simple and easy to use platform. It's very common, used by a lot of different companies, a lot of different co-working groups, a lot of different membership groups. And actually, in our experience, we have had really good, really good experience with Slack as well, and can highly recommend that. Private Facebook groups are also a good option. Discord is very, very similar to Slack, and also allows you to do some voice talking over that as well. So it's a little bit different, but very similar to Slack. And then once again, Facebook groups. The only thing about Facebook groups is that you'll have to manually add and remove members once they join your membership, because there's no automation that allows you to, once somebody pays, automatically add them to Facebook groups. Facebook is a lot more secure than that, so they don't really allow you to do that. But that's just one of the smaller downsides or a technical aspect that you shouldn't really be concerned with too much early on. Okay, so I know we're moving fast, but these are the main things that you'll be dealing with while creating a membership site. So let's go ahead and keep moving on. How do you get members for your business with advertising? Of course, you've built the site, you've learned the tools, you've picked your niche, you've done everything, but how do you get customers for your business? So one of the main things that we always recommend is free content. Free content is super, super important, and I'll talk about that in the next slides here, but let's go ahead and keep going. Free content, an SEO blog or a search engine optimization blog, and I'll discuss all of these in the next coming slides. Then there's YouTube, social media, partnerships or guest blogging, email, ads, and affiliates. So let's go ahead and jump into free content. Draw people to your website with valuable information that can help solve their problems. So solve their problems. Make sure you put out information that's relevant to what your topic is, what your niche is, and put out valuable information to help your target audience or whoever may come to your site. Make sure that what you have there is something that's going to actually help them. As soon as you put out information or content, something that actually helps somebody dealing with a problem, they'll be entirely more inclined to pay for your premium services. So keep that in mind. It's really crucial. Make sure to give, and then ask, and you'll receive later on. But always be open to giving out free information and free content, as it'll come back and help you out later on. So free content can come in many forms, from articles, videos, graphs, examples, a simple message, a reply to somebody on Facebook. Any of those things can be considered free content. just as long as you're providing help to somebody else without charge, that can be considered free content. And don't be afraid to share. Once people understand that you can actually help them and you're the person that can help solve their problems, they will be willing to pay you to learn more, and they'll be willing to trust you as well if you're giving out free information prior to even charging. So keep in mind, free content is really, really valuable. So an SEO blog or a search engine optimization blog is one of the main places where you'll actually be posting or sharing a lot of the free content that I just mentioned. So having a blog on your website is one of the most important things you can do to generate an organic flow of traffic. We recommend you write free training articles that cover and outline the topics and content that your course covers in more advanced detail. The goal is for people to search Google. The people who are searching Google are naturally inclined to finding something. And once they find your website, they'll be able to read more from your blog. And then from there, you'll be able to either get their email with the email submit and offer them something for free as a PDF guide, or you'll be able to get them to completely just convert and become a member of your premium offer because they've seen, hey, this website offers a lot of free information that's helpful to me. Let me go ahead and get more in depth and really, get the help that I need by purchasing this offer or product. So keep that in mind. In this example, I have car repair training, and it shows you how many people are searching per month. This is called Google Keyword Planner. It's a really useful tool from Google to let you know how many people are searching what words per month. And you want to make sure that you're using this to figure out, hey, what are the key terms or keywords that are related to my niche that I can write topics about and get ranked. And one of the main reasons we focus on SEO blogs and creating a search engine optimization for your website is that people who are searching Google, they're actively interested. They're actively searching. It means that they're very warm clients. If you're doing ads on any platform, those people may get hit with an ad and be, hey, I'm interested in this, but I'm not looking for it right now. But if you come up as the number one search result, the number 2, 3, 4 search result in Google, and somebody clicks your website, that person is actively ready to learn or have their problem solved. So that is why SEO is super important, and you want to make sure you always focus on this. The only and one really important caveat to SEO is once you write articles and blogs, make sure to have it be above 1,000 words. And also, just keep in mind that it takes a very long time to rank with SEO. And we'll talk more about search engine optimization in our advanced course, but it'll take at least 2 to 3 to 4 months to see actual results and actual traffic from your written articles and blog posts. That's completely normal. It takes a long time. It's a drawn out process, but it is entirely worth it if you do it the right way. Next is YouTube. YouTube is today's version of having a blog. So YouTube is the video version of having a blog. We recommend you take all those free articles you write, all that free content you've written, and make short YouTube videos synthesizing the general ideas you talk about. On YouTube, you can be a lot more personable. This will help you build more trust with your target audience and kind of let them know, hey, I actually know what I'm talking about. I have a lot of free information. Check out my website, but this is the video version. When people search for a question, they search Google and they search YouTube. And the blog is the Google version. YouTube is the YouTube video is the YouTube version, similar to how I'm doing right here with you all. Thank you for watching. So it's really important to have YouTube and to use it similarly to your blog and provide free content and information for your target audience to find. Social media, including Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. How do you get clients from these platforms? Of course, social media is really powerful. Start off by making a page or account for your business across all of these platforms. The last thing you need is somebody taking your name on Facebook, Instagram, or something not related to you. So just make sure your name or your business name is available on at least the majority of these platforms, and make sure you lock those in and get your email on there and kind of save the names for yourself. So your goal with social media should be to build up a following and drive them slowly to your website to help them discover your premium membership offering. Remember, that is the goal. Social media is to build a following of audience and drive them to your website. Something to keep in mind is more followers does not mean much at all. Post content that will actually help your audience, and you will have followers that will be willing to buy from you. If you have 1 million followers, but all of them are only on your page to look at, good photos of cats or travel videos or travel photos or food, those people are not going to be willing to buy your membership business. Put content out there that's engaging, entertaining, but also helps your audience. It's better to have 1,000 or 100, interested followers than to have 5,000, 10,000 that are entirely not interested and you have no engagement. And it's almost entirely worthless to buy followers. So also just stay away from that. Of course, this isn't the entire social media strategy here. This is just a simple overlook at what your goals should be, and we'll talk about this in more detail. But for now, let's keep going. So another place to get members or get customers for your membership or subscription website is by creating partnerships and guest blogging. Partnerships and guest blogging is not something a lot of advertisers think or have in mind, but it can serve a very, very powerful purpose in growing your business, especially when you first start off and even further down the line. So there are many blog websites or other existing websites out there who charge a fee for you to guest post on their site. What this means is that somebody may already have a website that has 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people who view it a month and read the articles and are interested in that topic. You can reach out to this person and be like, hey, can I please post an article about my information that's going to help your audience, and also include a link to my offer in exchange for a fee. Usually that fee can go anywhere from $100, $200 per one-time post for permanent posts, and anywhere up to $1,000 or more based on how powerful the website is and how much traffic they already have. Just remember to always link back to your website where these new people can enter their email, and you can kind of collect that information from the other person's website or from the other person's audience traffic on your blog, on your guest blog. So keep that in mind. It's a really unique idea, and I'll talk about more how you can find blogging partners and guest partnerships later on in our training. So next is email. Like it or not, email marketing is still one of, if not the top method for advertising and communicating with your audience. Across your website, whether on YouTube, on your blog post, your social media, make it easy for potential customers to drop their email. You want to build that email list and save all of their information. The larger your email list, the more likely you will have a successful launch and a successful product. An email is where you'll send your marketing about your premium subscription offer when you have it available or when you have a deal. And most of your paying clients will be from email. So make sure to create a premium offer, get people to submit their email, as in, you create a blog post, on that blog post, hey, submit your email to get more in-depth information and content from me. Once you have that, either use MailChimp, A2 Hosting, or ActiveCampaign, one of the email management sites, to actually save the emails and then reach out to them later on. So keep in mind that email is super important. Don't neglect to focus on email and building your email list as soon as possible. Lastly, or close to last, is paid ads. Creating paid advertisements is one of the most powerful ways to drive traffic to your website, either to capture their email again or to make a sale. So most of the time, cold ads or people who are entirely unaware of your business will not be likely to purchase a product right away. So if they see your brand for the first time, hey, buy my product or buy my membership online, it's unlikely that they'll purchase on the spot unless you have a really enticing offer and you can get it in front of the right people. So that's really important. Targeting is really important. I'm not going to talk about that here. I'm talking about the various channels, but we recommend that you send out ads providing value, providing information, providing free training, a webinar, a video, a PDF guide, something that will either draw their attention, but also will allow you to capture their email so that once they do give you your email, now they're interested, they're in your audience, they're a warm client. Then you can send them ads later on with retargeting or just via email saying, hey, I hope you liked the free training that we had. I have something better or more exclusive or like I'll be able to walk you through step by step. If you want to become a member and purchase my membership site, purchase my course, you can do so here. So keep that in mind. Paid ads are really powerful, but they can become costly very quickly. So make sure that you set up your website. Make sure you have your SEO set up, your blog set up, Ads is something that you want to do more towards the end once you've kind of developed the majority of your website structure and you have maybe a few existing clients or at least people in your email list. So keep that in mind. Affiliates. So affiliates is a very common across the internet nowadays, but what affiliates means is that these are people who may already have an email list of people interested in the niche you are focusing on. So you can allow affiliates to sign up on your website in order to market your product. And this can sound a little complicated, but it's actually very easily done, and there are a lot of ways, a lot of tools that make it easy to integrate with an affiliate system. What that means is somebody can come to your website, they can scroll down to the bottom, right hand corner, they'll see affiliates. They click that, they can register, and then they'll receive a unique link. And then they can use that link to share it with their existing audience or however they want to. And then if they sell your product or course, they'll usually get 25% of that sale. So if it's a recurring business, it's 25% on a recurring basis. It may sound like a lot of money, but they're getting clients that you would have otherwise not had at all. So we really focused on the importance of affiliates. We've had businesses in the past that are recurring where, we had affiliates sell a lot of our courses, and as long as the clients still stay on, we pay them a 25% of their monthly income of the recurring payments. So there's a lot of money that affiliates can make, and it will really motivate them to do so because selling a digital product doesn't really cost you much. And if you're giving away 25% for an extra client, that's a lot of money, and it's entirely still worth it. So make sure to set up a good affiliate system. It's not one of the first things you should focus on, but it's definitely important to have that as a part of your ecosystem later on down the line. And of course, your sales page. In order to get people to buy from all of those different channels, you have to have a nice sales page. So now that we've gotten to this point, here are some of the main factors to include in your sales page. Firstly is focus on the benefits. Make sure to explain the main benefits someone will get by signing up for your subscription. What problem does it solve, and how does it solve their problem or desire? Make sure to make it very clear that, hey, whatever problem you're having, this and only this is how you're going to be able to solve your problem. Secondly, it's important to have a short video explanation, creating kind of a connection with the audience and letting them know, hey, this is a real person here. We are real people. We're a real company. Our goal is to help you, and this is how we can help you. So let people know what they can expect in your video. Third is provide social proof. Show proof of past success client once you have some real proof. That can be hard to do if you don't have any, but once you have a few clients, even if you've provided free service, you've let somebody sign up for free and they have had a good experience, have them write a quote, write a review, and include that underneath your sales page with somebody saying, hey, this is actually useful, this helped me out, this helped me solve my problem. And social proof will help a lot of people trust you more and build more of a connection with your audience. Fourth is establish your authority. You have to explain why you are the best option for teaching or explaining this topic. Your audience must think that you are capable and have the information or tools necessary to help them. If they think, hey, you're inadequate or you don't really know what you're talking about, a lot of people are going to lose trust even if you do everything right. You just have to make sure that you actually know what you're talking about and you provide useful examples and useful information. So remember to establish your authority. Lastly is explain your offer. Let people know exactly what they will get. Include screenshots, sneak peeks, snippets of the course, maybe even a short little preview of the course. Let them see what they're going to get. Get them excited by showing them, hey, this is actually what you're going to have access to. Take a look at what it kind of looks like. And once people see behind the curtain, they can see, hey, there is something back there. I just have to pay real quick, and then I can go ahead and take a look at all this valuable information. It really motivates people to understand that. So even having a breakdown of like the video topics and the lessons you'll cover with the actual headings, even though it may give away some information and people could potentially Google some of that, don't be afraid to include the information. Packaging up all this information, packaging up what you're teaching and offering it to them and letting people learn from you and while also learning with a group is something that a lot of people would be willing to pay for, even though, hey, they could maybe find some of this information online elsewhere. And lastly, ask them to join. Make sure to include a purchase link, of course. Tell them to join now, get started throughout the sales page. Don't be afraid to have multiple purchase links, either buttons, links, offers, anything like that. Make it easy for people to jump in. Don't have too many options where they can go back and forth or go to a different page. Just ask them to join and have it be very simple and include it throughout the page. It'll help improve your conversion rate by a huge amount if you just make it simple. So just keep that in mind. Now, once you've made your sale, how do you actually retain your members and scale? That is overall the power that comes with a subscription-based business or a membership business, is retaining your members and scaling. So the power of a subscription business, as I mentioned above in the pricing section, is being able to retain your members. As soon as you can figure out how many people join and leave every month, you will be able to grow. So a really important definition or word to keep in mind is churn. So churn rate definition means is the average amount of months a member will stay on. So keep that in mind. You want to always improve your churn rate and get people to stay on for more months. And it's really important to reduce your churn rate as much as possible and make sure that they stay on as long as possible. So because if you can convince somebody to stay on an extra month, it's the same as getting a new client, because in a subscription business, they're paying the same amount of time each month. You have to make sure you're continuously providing that value so that they feel like they're getting enough to stay on another month. So getting new clients, but also keeping existing clients happy is equally important. So here are 3 main points on how to improve member retention. Member onboarding. This is a really important keyword as well, is when a member first joins your business, they first click pay and they get signed up, make sure that process is as easy and as helpful as you can possibly make it. Walk people through the startup process. Send them emails following up after the initial sale, guiding them through the first steps. Send them a link to where your course is, where your members group is. Ask them, hey, thank you for joining. Do you have any initial questions? And then a strong week, 1 week, 7 days of emails every single day, a strong onboarding week will help cement a positive experience in the customer's mind and increase retention by a very large percentage. Just keep that in mind. When someone signs up, make sure they have the best experience possible. Secondly is member engagement. Keep your members engaged. Send weekly updates, summaries, new information, drip feed more premium or engaging content. We'll talk about drip feeding content later on in further trainings, but that means you can create content that becomes available only after a few weeks or after a few months. So help people understand that the longer they stay on, the more valuable it will be to them, and that they're going to get more and more information. So let's say the longer somebody stays on, maybe after three months they get a one-on-one call with you, or they get some sort of benefit. Just keep that in mind. Make it to where people are interested in staying and remaining clients for as long as possible. Third is create your sticky point. This is kind of hard to understand, but it is really important. So differentiate yourself, whether through one-on-one surprise support, software solutions, offering some kind of like exclusive offer to where if they're your member, they get a discount to another business. Anything that makes your business unique and stand out above other businesses will help create a more sticky point for your customers, and that way they won't be able to just, hey, I got what I needed, I'm going to step out, or hey, I'm going to try a different competitor, I'm going to try a different solution. Make it to where when they join, they're really incentivized to continue staying. And that can mean a lot of different things for different businesses and different structures and organizations, but it's important to consider this point and brainstorm what your sticky point can be. And this will be a huge impact and have a huge play a huge role in how much retention you have in your business. So remember to scale and build a moat around your security and make sure that your income generating machine is safe. So focus on creating a sticky point, focus on member onboarding and member engagement, and this will help your members be happy and also stay on for a lot longer. Lastly is you have to launch your membership program. Don't wait around forever until everything is perfect. We've gone through the major steps. I know this is a lot of information, a lot to process, but these are all the major steps. kind of condensed into one video, and we've experienced a lot of these different problems, a lot of these steps, and we know these are the steps you're going to have to take. But don't be afraid to launch your website. Is your website updated with your premium offer? Make sure you post across all your social media channels. This is the pre-launch checklist again. Send an email to your whole audience who have shown interest. Hopefully you've already collected some from your free training or blog posts. So make sure to kind of build an email list, but you don't necessarily have to build an email list before launching your program. Make sure your sign-up process and accessing your content is simple and working well after a customer pays. You have no idea how many times somebody may set up everything and they never go through and test and make sure that everything works well. And one little mistake where something doesn't click or doesn't line up or doesn't work can be a make or break decision where someone's going to come in and, hey, I want a refund because this isn't working. So make sure everything works before you launch. But don't be afraid to make changes and test various things. You can change your price, you can change your marketing, you can change your sales page. This is how you optimize. Changing does not mean it's going to throw people off, it's going to confuse people. Especially if you're starting off, make the changes that you need in order to be successful. For example, in previous businesses, we had our pricing start off as $5 a month, $19 a month, and we eventually ended at $49 a month, where we were getting less total members, but we were having people retain or stay on longer, and we were also making a greater total income. So don't be afraid to change your pricing and try out various different things. Okay, so I hope you found this useful training and learned exactly how to start your own membership website. We appreciate you watching. We'll have a lot more amazing videos coming your way. Also, we'll have a platform where you can actually build your membership website directly with us at Profit Per Month. And we'll have a course where you can learn more about how you can start your subscription-based business online. Even if you have a single payment business, if you have an e-commerce business, if you have a in-person training business, we'll help you take it online, and we'll also help you make it a subscription business so you can really get the full benefit of recurring income and what that can do. Once again, thanks so much for watching. This has been Rudy from Profit Per Month, and I hope you all have a great day.